Hi guys, it's me, Trudy Lee. How's everybody doing? I have been wanting to make a video this whole week. It's just like I haven't had a moment to myself, honestly. So today I was doing moving everything around. Y'all can't see my bedroom, but it's a big fat mess. Everything is moved around. We took our bureau out. Our bed is pulled up. We're painting the walls. Oh, we took our bookcase out. I'm getting rid of all my books. I put them online for sale, and it's everything's a mess. My house was nice and clean, and now it's a big fat mess. I wasn't planning on starting painting right away, but my husband said, I'm going to start painting. Now, I wanted to get all the stuff out of the house and then start painting. He just pulled it out of the room and put it all over the place, and now we're painting. So, yeah, here we go. So I've been, like I said, I've been wanting to come on here and um, make another video after the school shooting that happened. It's so sad. Prayers to the families that were affected, to all the students. It is horrific. I can't believe that this is continuing to happen over and over and over. And, other countries don't have gun violence like this. It's maddening. It's crazy that we can't send our children to school and know that they're going to come home, know that they're going to be safe. They are not safe in schools. They're really not. Another shooting happened today, but this was between two kids. One brought a gun and shot the other one. I think it was a 16-year-old, Maryland high school, shot a 15-year-old, and he later died at the hospital. It's There's too many guns, and kids should not have access to these guns, definitely. And like I said, prayers to everybody that it's affected. I mean, all the students in the school are affected, all of them. And this was just the beginning of the school year. Many children don't even want to go back to school now. It's terrible. You never know if it's going to happen again. And they're just waiting for something else to happen. It's just so sad. It's terrible. That's why we need to have gun laws. That's why we need to change things. So the shooting that happened in Georgia, the 14-year-old boy that went to school with the AR-15, he had a really bad childhood. The neighbors were saying that the mother would lock the kids out of the house, and they would hear them beating on the door and begging their mother to let them in. They would be crying and screaming and begging that, to be let back in. Now, I know y'all heard this, that she's been arrested several times, that she was a drug user, and she's been arrested for violence, criminal damage, and having fentanyl, and whatever. Um, After whatever happened, I don't know what happened, but whatever happened took place that involved violence. She was ordered no contact with the son, Colin, that did the shooting. So she left after this family violence. She took the other children, the other two children, and she left. So she wasn't there when this happened. I think she had been gone since last year. Um, so this boy, he didn't have a stable family life at all. And you can only imagine what was going on with living with a person that's using drugs. So and he was ridiculed at school. He was bullied. Um, when a child isn't properly taken care of, it affects his whole demeanor, the way that he communicates with others, his confidence, and his appearance. And unfortunately, other children will pick on a person like that and make fun of them and bully them. Unfortunately, please, y'all, you guys, teach your children compassion and love, and not to pick on people that are different or struggling, or look like they have less than or don't have confidence. Please, grandmothers, mothers, aunties, all of us, we need to teach our children compassion. So he really was bullied quite a bit. And this was in middle school. So, middle school children can be really, really cruel and mean. So it seems last year he made some threats that he was going to carry out a school shooting, threats online. So, of course, the police went straight to his home, and they had a talk with his father because, the mother's not there. And the father assured the police, the investigators, that, yeah, I have guns here, but they're unloaded, they're put away, he doesn't have access to them. Um, and then he explained that his son was going through a really rough time, that, he was separated from his siblings. His parents were going through a separation, and he was just really going through a rough time. And he was bullied at school also. And he'd just been through a lot. So the father was in total denial about his son, about his son's state of mind. I think the mother knows her son better than the father. And that may have been why some of the violence took place inside the family, because, there's some dynamics that were going on there, and the mother was aware of it. And she left with the other two siblings. So that kind of tells you the story of what she thought about the son. But the father told the police officer, Colin told me that he said, I'm a good boy, Daddy, and I would never do that. And so, the police officers were like, okay. And the father, he it's kind of like this. This is my analogy. This is where I'm going to tell you. So, if you're raising a child, or let's say you've never had a child. Some people raise a tiger. Some people will have a wolf. Some people, like me, have a 125-pound dog. So when you raise that animal or that child, when they're little tiny, you're not afraid of them. They're sweet and cute, and they get bigger and bigger and bigger. But you're not afraid of them because they're yours. You have this rapport with them, this communication, this trust, and you don't feel like they would be capable of hurting anybody. Now, if you're in your right mind, you look at a 125-pound dog and you think, well, he could hurt somebody, but he's very gentle, he's very kind, he's never hurt anybody. I don't think he would. So, but it's possible. It is possible. So what do? You make sure your dog stays in the yard. You make sure that he doesn't have access to, anybody else. And you hear all the time people that have raised a tiger or a wolf. I've heard it many times that that person gets killed by the animal that they raised because they have so much love for that animal, just like you have so much love for your child, that it's a blind trust. You're just blinded by love. And that's what's happened here with this man. He was just blinded by love, and uh, unfortunately, it was misplaced trust. He trusted his son. He didn't see his son as a threat. Most of us wouldn't see our child as a threat. Now, some of us mothers, we have instincts, we listen to our intuition, and I believe that the mother was tuned into her son and understood that he was capable of violence. Father was blinded by love. Last year, even though the police came to his door, even though they said he'd made threats to shoot up the school, the father trusted him so much that he bought him an AR-15 for Christmas last year. I mean, where's the common sense? That's just not common sense. You can trust your child and love them, but you don't have to put a gun in their hands, a loaded gun in their hands. You don't have to do that. So now the father's been indicted, as he should be, because he is responsible for what his child did, because he was told that his child had made these threats, and yet he buys him an AR-15. So, yeah. Did you see his arraignment? I mean, you have to feel bad for him. I do. I feel very bad for him. I feel bad for everybody involved. He just sobbed and sobbed at his arraignment. Um, how many more times are parents going to misplace trust, give their child access to a weapon? How many more times do we have to go through this? If your child is not old enough to support themselves, is dependent on you, then they're not old enough to have access to a weapon, in my opinion. I think it's just common sense that, all guns should be locked away. And, I support gun laws that make it mandatory that you have to lock up your weapons, red flag laws, and I believe that all assault rifles, all weapons of war should be banned once and for all. And I know when we elect Kamala Harris, that is going to happen. That will happen. Along with, of course, we have to have a Democratic House and Senate so we can get all these laws passed, so we can stop hearing about and seeing all this violence and being affected by it. So it affects everybody. It affects the whole nation, but most of all, those families and those children that had to witness what happened. There's this young girl on TikTok. I listened to her story. Her name was Abby. I don't know if y'all heard her story, but she was at the Appalachian High School on Wednesday. She said that she had just left class to go to the restroom, and she was in the restroom stall, and she said she heard a bunch of banging, bang banging, and she looks outside the bathroom. She sees a guy holding a gun, and he's pointing it right at her, and then he starts running towards her. And then she said she just completely froze. She didn't know what to do. She was just like, a deer in a headlight. And a police officer shoves her back into the bathroom and tells her to get in the stall, lock the door, don't open the door no matter what, do not come out of the stall. So she gets in there, starts texting her mom, of course, telling her mom, there's a shooter at school, and can you come and get me, basically. She told her, I love you so much. She was freaking out. She was scared out of her mind. Of course, anybody would be. And at first, her mother texted her back, and she thought she was joking with her. She thought she was just fooling with her. And she said, I'm serious, Mom, I'm serious. And she said, I'll be right there. So it did take a while before they got together, because she had to stay in the bathroom for like 20 minutes. She said she could hear gunfire and screaming, and also somebody screaming, help me. It was terrible. It was horrific. Just watching the video of her talking about it, you could tell that she was just terrorized. Mental problems. And that's true. People do have mental problems, but if you don't have a gun, you can't shoot anybody. You know, we've really got to get rid of the guns. They are hurting. They're hurting us. They're hurting our children. They're killing our children. More children die of a gunshot than anything in the United States, and that is crazy. That cannot be our normal. That cannot be normal. Let's not normalize it. Let's get rid of guns. Let's make some serious change and make some uh, gun laws that will, stop all this. Anyway, okay, I had other things I wanted to talk about, and I think I'll make another video and do that. As I was taking some books down off the shelf, I came across this book, and it had Woodrow Wilson in it and his presidency and what his wife did during his presidency. So I'm going to make a little video on that because it's really interesting and I think y'all will like it. So, anyway, God bless each and every one of those children and their family and all the people that are suffering tonight. God bless you all, everyone. All right, guys, I've been doing healing sessions and uh, good results, very good results. So I won't say their name, but you know who you are. If you need a healing session, please let me know. I'll be happy to do one for you. I am busy here in my house, but I'm not too busy to do some readings and do healing sessions. Always have time for that. Always have time for you, okay? So please let me know if there's somebody that you would like me to send healing to, even a pet, a friend, whoever. I'm happy to do that for you, okay? Or if you'd like to have a reading with me, please let me know. Emails down below. All right, guys, I will be back. I'll talk to you soon. I did put on lipstick today. I went in there and put it on real quick. I'm a mess, though. I'm a mess. I've been painting. My fingers have paint all over them and everything. I'm a mess, but I'm here. I'm here. It's okay. All right, guys, good night. Have a wonderful weekend. Tomorrow, they say around, I don't know, tomorrow afternoon, 1 or 2 o'clock, we're supposed to have a shift in our weather. It's been kind of hot and humid here, even though our temperatures have gone down quite a bit. Today, right now, it's like 78 degrees, and it's after 10 o'clock at night. But that's for us, that's really cool because we were having, at 10 o'clock at night, we were having 95-degree temperatures. So it's much, much cooler. But tomorrow it's going to shift. Humidity is going to be gone and it's going to be so beautiful and comfortable. And we're going to get down into the 50s on Saturday and Sunday. Yay, 58 degrees. I can't wait. I'm going to go outside. Yay. Oh, this morning I went outside. It was cool. It was really cool. I went outside on the deck. I took my coffee out there. I walked around. I'm just praising and saying, thank you for this beautiful day. Thank you, for the trees. I was just going through this, all counting my blessings. I come back in here, I have my coffee, and I'm sitting at my computer right here. The computer's not on, but the monitor's up. I can see my reflection in the black monitor. There's something crawling on me right here. Oh my God, my husband was asleep in the bed. And I'm just like, scream and I slap it away. I don't even know what it was, but I know I could see something crawling. Oh, too close to my face. I didn't even know what it was. I couldn't find it on the floor. And I say to the cats, what are y'all doing? Y'all are supposed to, if there's something on the floor, if there's a creepy crawler, y'all are supposed to kill it. I couldn't find it or anything. So I sit down here because I had work to do. I sit down here to do my work, and all of a sudden the cat was getting something. It was a red hornet. It was like 2 inches long. One of those big, big red hornets. That would have stung me. That would hurt so bad. And she was trying to kill it. So she did help me. She did defend me. So anyway, I will go out tomorrow morning, but I will be careful to make sure that nothing lands on me. All right, I'm going to let y'all go. Have a wonderful weekend. Good night. Love y'all so much. Do something kind for somebody. It'll always come back to you. Bye for now.